Mario's theme sincerely is so good. I can understand why, like, it's on every Ace Attorney, like, cover album. Meanwhile, the man who masterminds the game has gotten nothing. Sad. Anyway, good evening, everyone. I hope you're all doing well tonight. And if not, I hope your evening gets a little bit better over the course of this stream. Or at the very least, that you get something nice for dinner. Alright, the only thing I have to preface tonight's stream is that, so we're going into the second half of the first trial session for this case, and really what happens is that you go through 3 different lengthy cross-examinations just to prove that what this old guy saw has several glaring divergences from what Maggie witnessed. So that just prompts you to have to go through another investigation segment. It's really annoying. Well, more like, just that guy is annoying. That, like, he's not, like, not even... Like, there's just no redemption arc there. He's just an annoying old pervert. Like, he doesn't even have, like a decent character design or anything going for him. Nor does he have the redeeming factor of working for a circus, so at least he's kind of funny, if you squint. So, there might be some points where I just skip through dialogue really quickly to get through, like, the evidence presentation portions or whatever, just to move it along, because I don't have a lot of fun at this portion. I think there's a couple funny Godot lines, but that's about it. I mean, yeah, again, like, this case absolutely does not suck as much as Big Top does. This guy just annoys the crap out of me, and I hate looking at him. So, without further ado, I'm going to open the game up like I meant to do several minutes ago. Yeah, his only sympathetic trait is old. Because, I don't know, old people are usually pretty funny in Ace Attorney. This guy, like, he's like, primary characteristic, old. Secondary characteristic, annoying pervert. And that's as far as they went on developing this man. So... forgive me if I rush through some portions of this. And I'll still try and, like, briefly summarize what's going on as I just spam the crap out of the spacebar, or the enter button. So, let's keep going. Alright, so... the prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who got the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind. I mean, his music's kinda good. I just hate looking at his, like, inflamed tumor of a nose. I guess also, like, that mole on his eyebrow doesn't really do him any favors. Okay, whatever. I'm Victor Kudo, I'm Japanese. He's retired. Mickey is sitting at the dinner table with me because he's a good boy and well-behaved around food. Also, he cries at me if I don't let him sit with me. That's so precious. See, I used to have a small dog, and he liked to act a lot bigger than he was, but he learned very quickly how to leap onto the dining room table from the floor. Not even with a chair as, like, an intermediary stepping stone. He just had, like, an insane vertical leap for such a tiny dog. And when there were dirty dishes left in the process of clearing the table, he wanted up there to lick up the food. He would stop at nothing. Okay, anyway. Whatever, he's Japanese. Okay, so tell us what you saw. A young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and then collapsed. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well. She is not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress. And he resents being told to call people by a respectful job title. So he would probably bitch. This is the kind of guy who would bitch about pronouns, too. All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you. God, he's even older than the judge, which I didn't think possible. Okay, yeah, whatever. Let's cross-examine him. Okay. Reading the sports paper. Can't handle old, no pronouns, dick. Okay. So let's question his identity of Maggie as the servant girl he saw that day. You said I remember her well, in reference to the waitress. Did she have any particular features that you could identify her by? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. You can see all the way up to her coochie. She's practically naked in that uniform. So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her coochie. But anyone could wear just such a uniform and go coochie out. Even me! Oh my god, Phoenix, promise? Do you promise to go pussy out?
Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
I guess I got a bit carried away. I guess, if you're offering to go coochie out in front of the whole court, maybe you are a little ahead of yourself. Press harder. Okay, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not. Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these are the features that you recognize about the defendant. I would ask you to add them to your testimony. Yeah, they were each of her tits. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose. Okay, that's actually something worth observing. Pressing that again. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but the most crucial detail of all, her face. I never look a woman in the face. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face. That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red. So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight. There's no doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I have a feeling there's something more to this somehow. Shit. Ask about the waitress's back. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the back. So what? Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
He's got you there, Gramps. Why are you objecting if you're agreeing with me? People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. But this is witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. This is harassment. I tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons. I'm just telling you what I saw. Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony. That's right, my witness is lying. Obsessed with straps, you say?
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet. Yeah, I don't remember the coffee count either. So, I don't know. Let's just say he's at 17 already. And he shit himself a dozen times. There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front. So you weren't staring at her titties? nothing caught your interest, despite the fact that her apron was like 75% stains. Mr. Kudo, I would like you to please take a look at this. That filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating. Have you ever seen this before? Of course I haven't. Hey, Demi. Good to see you. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clat. What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clot, there's been a eerie silence in here. Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning. And as you just said yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you had really seen this apron before... yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the front. Ew. I hate his ballsack nose. Like, it's like Squidward's nose, but worse, because it has this appearance of, like, being turgid. And that's just horrible. You can't just oops your way out of this. Well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite. Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant. That being the defendant, Ms. Maggie Bird? Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching. I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing. Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps. You can rely on me, Captain. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted. Burger, said the plainly Japanese man.
He can't remember? Probably more like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Let's just see how good your memory and attention to detail are. Okay. He was another one of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. And then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. The little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Fidget sounds dangerously close to this guy wanting to say a slur. The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail. Yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything. Now come, join us for our traditional American meal around the traditional American kotatsu. And look at the script on the wall behind me. English.
How are we gonna handle this, Nick?
We only need to do one thing. We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kinda cruel?
I suppose. But it's what I do best. Okay, he was a young guy, newspaper, listening to the wireless, picked up, he had a newspaper in his right hand, and he had a radio, brought over the coffee, picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip. Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory? I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song. Care to tell us where this is going, Trite? According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, while drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left. What is this? Kindergarten? But I would like the court to please take a look at this. That's the cup the victim used, correct? Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips. Yes, there is a stain left by the coffee. Definitely not that our victim was wearing lipstick. Wow, Mr. Wright, your murder victim is GNCAF. If you consider what the stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand. But how? Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. Mod that replaces Kudo's bridge with a giant river ducky in the text quack instead of anything weird he says. I just laughed so hard my jaw went out of place. Well, I will not claim liability for that should you need dental work or surgery. You said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song. So chop chop. Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from. Wait, he yelled. If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong. I don't care about that dirty coffee cup. I know what I saw. You still insist on your testimony? That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yeah, no question, I'm a good, law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young... Hotbot. Oh my god, that sincerely looks like Harlot if you're reading it too fast, like I was. It's that dead young hotbot and you spiky-haired yahoo, who were at fault. Who? Me? Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already. Don't call me old man, Been around for 68 years, I have. You can't ignore me. Listen to what I've got to say! He's making up new derogatory language just for this trial. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but inventing new slurs is not going to win you any points with me. Sure. Why not hear a little more? Mr. Godot! But this is my 16th cup of coffee. Defendants and prosecutors accusing Phoenix of being a whore out of the blue would be a hilarious gag. So, this is your final stand. Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor. Duck slap. Okay, left or right hand? Okay, a boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his spectacles. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup. His left hand. We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye. He was wearing a scouter over his left eye. It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was the scouter from Dragon Ball Z. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers. Uh-huh. A monitor? You mean like a television screen? He wanted to see the power level of that pussy. The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work. That is, trying to reunite all 7 of the Dragon Balls so that he can make a wish. HD TV, DVD, CD, all these newfangled letters drive me mad. But they don't matter. I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth. It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. And those are the facts in good old black and white. Alright, now let me cross-examine this. Oh, wait a minute. Left eardrum was ruptured. And yet, supposedly he was wearing an earpiece in his ruptured eardrum. I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but Mr. Kudo, there's something very strange about your observations of the victim. What? You say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD. No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting. This fucked me up because I assumed somehow the earpiece doubled as a hearing aid. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. Especially, so you're saying, like, okay, eardrum is ruptured. Ergo, he might be having trouble hearing in that ear, and thus wearing an earpiece, i.e. a hearing aid, would make a lot of sense. I don't think so. Ace Attorney technology is overpowered as is. I mean, Jesus Christ, have you seen, The Little Thief? Just wait till we get into that. What did you say? You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear out of with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured. Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear. Is that true, Captain? It is. P! Oh, it looks like he's eating his pigeon seeds and singing the pigeon song. In a very clumsy localization of the fact that he's holding New Year's throwing beans. Knowledge that any Animal Crossing player would have. This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot? A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk. Captain, are you calling me a drip? This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows the victim picked it up with his right hand. I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Javachino with his left hand. Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip with the cup held in his right hand and then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw. Impossible! The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee. which hand the victim used to pick up his coffee is irrelevant, Your Honor. The facts still stand. With one hand to the other, Mr. L drank the poisoned coffee, like this! Sadly, Mr. Godot, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. The testimony given by this witness is useless. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I'm satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court, but to be frank, his testimony is a farce. Okay, I know you guys said that's 6, but just earlier, Godot himself said he was already on his 16th cup, which is insane. Unless that said 6 and I just misread. His testimony is a farce. You have to be so frank. And you're assaulting the judge with beans. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned. No way, this guy has to give one more testimony because he's a fucking idiot. There's more? I mean, perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark. Me? He's looking at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun. Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook. Oh my god, please, you promise it'll be the last one? Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee. What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Javachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man. Are you propositioning the prosecution? That's the only way I can read that. Are you... I'm sorry, are you trying to cruise on the prosecution? That's enough, witness. Seriously, what is with the witnesses lately and trying to hit on Prosecutor Godot? I believe it would be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
I can't believe this is happening.
Okay, whatever, just... He's gotta be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. Okay. First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, hmm? He knocked over a vase. Is that all? Yep, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man.
Don't you get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. So what, probably. That's all I can think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy. You're a bird brain, that's why that's all you could think of. Very well, Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please. Okay. Okay, upset the vase. Oh, but look at this crime scene photo. The vase is so completely upright. Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. So what? Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact. Huh? Lost your tongue, Granddad? I'm no granddad of yours, Hopscotch. Ow! Enough! If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night. What is it now? I just remembered something. Yes? Go on. The broken vase! It was on my table. What? Well, you see, it startled me when that young lad collapsed, so I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean. The vase on your table. Yes, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked. Bailiff, execute this man! And everyone was... the resounding question throughout the courtroom is, did we fucking ask? Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today. I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all? Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo. Wait a minute, if that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say. Oh yes, and I remember something else. Bailiff is going to witness out of the courtroom. Thank God. Go away. Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. Man, looking back, I could have just sped through that at the end of last stream. Apologies. And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict. So, yeah, in summary, we just got 3 or 4 pieces of useless testimony. That just proved that what this guy saw does not match up with the evidence at all. The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far. The mark on the coffee cup the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Wow, Nick, you did it!
I didn't do anything. I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts. Yes, Your Honor. There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end. One more thing, Your Honor? The witness we just heard from, he is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into this statement. Okay. You may each have a copy of it, if you wish. Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Godot's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too. Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's. Yes, Your Honor. Alright, Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony. More like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to find 2 other people to look at them. That is all. This court is adjourned. Suddenly hit me that this is the 2010s, and group chat fix wouldn't be entirely out of the question. Honestly, I think regardless of group chat fix being, like, period accurate, people will go ahead and make them anyway.
So, how do you think the trial went this morning?
How do you think it went?
It got a bit crazy in there. I just wonder if that killed our chances.
Yeah, I guess it did get out of hand. Mr. Kudo's testimony did nothing to help us. Plus, now we don't even know the identity of the waitress who laced the coffee.
All we know is what old Mr. Kudo saw. The apron straps and the ribbon.
The victim was wearing an earpiece when his eardrum was ruptured.
Talk about a terrifying case of contradictionitis.
Time to play doctor and find ourselves a cure then, huh?
Yeah! We've got to find one for Maggie or she's going to have a terminal case of guilty. A terminal case of sussy.
Well, I'm officially at a loss as to where to start.
Yeah, me too. Let's try some brainstorming. You go first.
I guess we should try to put Mr. Kudo's testimony to some sort of use.
Yeah, that's true.
And we need to figure out the identity of the waitress and who the victim really was. Somehow, I think the key to this case has got to be at Trebian.
Well then, let's go back there and check it out again. Oh, and we should drop it on Maggie and see how she's doing too.
Alright, so that's what we'll do. Whatever. Is Maggie here? Oh, I guess Maggie's still in questioning. Okay, she's not here. We'll have to talk to her later. Keep it down, Maya. This isn't a playground, you know. Alright, so Trebian.
Empty as usual.
Yeah, and it's lunchtime, too. That's it! Come on, come on, come on! Hey, that sounds like... Now just call an 8, pal! Come on, I know you can!
He's getting really worked up about something.
No! That's the wrong number! Looks like an 8 would have only netted me $5 anyway. What a ripoff.
What's the problem, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, it's you. I was just listening to the radio, pal. To the radio?
Hey, Detective Gumshoe's having lunch here.
He is. And he's having the twin tea set. What can I say? He's really depressed about eating lunch here. This is a nightmare. How am I supposed to look Maggie in the eye now, pal?
You really drove her into a corner, you know.
You always blow apart my testimony. Why of all days didn't you do it today? Sorry, there just weren't any holes in it, for once.
Yeah, what happened? Usually your testimonies are like Swiss cheese.
Swiss cheese? Would he have preferred crumbly, like aged Parmesan? Anyway, this case has already been ruled on. There shouldn't be any holes left to find. So, did Maggie say anything to you? About me, I mean.
Well, how did she put it again? I can't believe Detective Gumshoe! I hate him, sir! I mean it! I don't ever want to see him again!
I, of course, am hard.
Something like that.
What?
Please, Detective Gumshoe! I didn't mean...
Why? Why is this happening? Congratulations, Maya, you just made a grown man cry.
He's banging his head against the wall, Nick!
Oh man, poor Gumshoe. So, did you like the twin tea set? I've never paid that much money for lunch before. I was so nervous my hands were shaking.
So, how did it taste?
Cheese. Well, worth 20 bucks, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, really. It was delicate.
Delicate?
You mean you liked it? It didn't taste bad to you?
What's the matter with him?
Looks like he's thinking. That's it! I've been trying to think of the right word to describe the taste, and I just realized it's bad! That's it! It tasted bad! It's just kinda hard to admit it to yourself when you pay 20 bucks for it, you know? Maybe he should have found out about the price after he had finished eating.
Hey, Nick. Maybe that's why Glen O came here. Maybe he heard about the super fierce twin tea set.
If by fierce you mean fearsome. Speaking of Glen O, that reminds me. We still hardly know anything about the guy.
Why don't we ask Detective Gumshoe what he knows, seeing as he's here? So, what were you all excited about earlier?
Huh? That's right! You said you were listening to the radio or something. Oh, that was nothing. I wasn't excited.
Come on, Detective Gumshoe. You can tell little old me. What were you listening to?
Nothing, really. It was just the, daily exercise show.
Hi, Bunny. Good to see you.
Oh my god, he was listening to his soap operas, wasn't he? He's embarrassed to admit that he likes Kissy Kissy Goo Goo and Skull Squisher. What the? A Psyche Lock? This lunch special's lobster sure is great.
Then why are there tears in your eyes?
Okay, let's unlock this one. The radio. Alright, Detective Gumshoe. Tell me the truth. What were you listening to? No way, pal! Now that you've made a big thing out of it, I'm not gonna tell you. We'll see about that, pal. Considering all the noise you were making while you were listening, it's pretty clear what kind of radio program it was. I'd say it was related to the lottery ticket. I'm right, aren't I? You were listening to the lottery results, weren't you? You thought you'd try to win big, just like Glen Elk did. It's like you can see right through me. Huh? I've cracked him already. See, pal? That's why I said it was nothing. I'm usually pretty lucky, so I figured I'd give it a try. What's with everyone in the lottery? Imagine if Gumshoe won the lottery. Ooh, smell that air, pal! Couldn't you just drink it like booze? Who won the lottery? I did! There's a joke for all my fellow Fallout New Vegasers.
So, how'd it go?
I won 50 cents! It'd be better to win nothing at all than have a lousy buck! I was so mad. Yeah, I know the feeling. I bought the same kind of ticket as Mr. Elk, see? Didn't his card decline buying ramen once? Probably. Yeah, I think that was in an earlier case where he was like, oh yeah, I was trying to buy groceries, but they wouldn't even accept my card. And they've got this special radio show where they announce the winning numbers. They even do the drawings live on the air. It's intense, pal.
I bet that's what Mr. Elk was listening to on the day he was killed.
Yeah. What time is it now? It's just after 1:30. And are the lottery results always broadcast at the same time? Yeah! Look, I got this flyer when I bought the ticket. Millionaire radio flyer. Experience the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life every Monday at 1:30 p.m.
Millionaire Radio? That sounds cool. I want to try it, Nick!
And then buy a ticket, Maya, with your own money. Alright, now tell me about this guy. For a murder victim? Shit, I didn't mean to show you my badge, but I guess let's go with it. Is that the real thing, pal? Why does everyone keep asking me that? I wonder what this phony of yours is like. He had Maggie found guilty of murder. Doesn't that tell you? It tells me the guy is cruising for a bruising.
You're really caring, aren't you, Detective Gumshoe? About Maggie, I mean.
Okay, I meant to show you Glenelg's profile. This guy was a real programming genius. They called him the walking computer over at the place where he worked.
What happens when he crashes, though? Does he just stop moving all of a sudden?
He wasn't literally a computer, Maya. Anyway, there's nothing between Maggie and the victim. Yeah, that's what we found out yesterday, too.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe! Don't you have any information that's a bit more fun?
Fun? Oh, I know! So, have you paid a visit to where Mr. L worked yet? You might as well.
His workplace? Where's that?
A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., something like that.
Sounds like a real stable company. This should be fun, Nick. Let's go.
Computers aren't really my thing, Maya.
We'll be fine. I know all about that high-tech stuff.
I wonder about that. It's just around the corner from this joint. You should take a look. A computer firm called Blue Screens Inc., huh? Looks like that's where we're going next. Oh boy, this looks like three different episodes of Doctor Who. I swear to God, are we in the TARDIS?
Wow, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air.
Maya, I think you're having a stroke. It's a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know.
Who are you? Oh, hello. I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow! What secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. Understood!
Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. Oh my god, you know who she looks the most like? She looks like a motherboard from Cyber Chase. I need to smoke a blunt with her.
My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director.
Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in the shell, Phoenix said, looking directly at the camera. Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page here. And that thing over her eye, isn't that the same device as Glenelg's?
That's in DMH, right?
Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD.
All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Inc. are supplied with HMDs. Then do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. I enjoy observing people's power levels. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one.
So, what exactly is this firm's business?
I will try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry. and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. Uh-huh. You lost me on the corner of Analyze and Management.
The stitching on her jacket that makes her titties look polygonal. God, that'd be a pretty fun jacket to have, honestly. I just go around looking like PS2 Lara Croft all the time. It doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right?
The software we produce is distributed on CDs. CDs? Yes, CDs nuts. Ha 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 ha. Got 'em. Compact disc. Digital optical storage media.
Of course. CDs are used for software as well as music.
It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they are doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now?
I'm researching the impact of time-slicing while knowledge access to shared global variables. Obviously, program structures heavily influence response time and performance, so the codependence of the variables and memory overheads is vitally important.
Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that? Yeah?
Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil?
You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. Can you tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier, too. But I couldn't tell him anything either, because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens, Inc. Oh.
How about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already?
No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it.
I guess there might be a clue here somewhere. Alright, let's nose through his desk. Let's get a statue first.
Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess.
Looks pretty average to me.
But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this.
You think? Make a good D's nuts joke and it's all I'll be thinking about for the rest of the die. Welcome to die. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know. She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. No hurry then.
Hey! This calendar!
What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it.
Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen.
December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elg was murdered. Is there anything else?
Yeah, it says, meet with the tiger.
The tiger? Alright, Glenn's calendar. On December 3rd, the day of the incident, there is a note saying, meet with the tiger. Okay, let's get all this shit on the floor.
Wow, look at this mess.
Looks like they're all betting tickets.
What kind of betting tickets?
They're for betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets.
Oh, wow. His drawers are stuffed full of these.
Looks like they're all losing tickets, though. Losing horse racing tickets. Horse racing betting tickets. Found in Glen Elk's desk. There's over 500 of them.
This many tickets would get you... what, $1 down at the recycling center? But I didn't know you were so hard up that you try to profit from the dead, Nick.
I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. Okay. So, now that we've looked at that, let's ask her about this guy specifically. About Mr. Elk.
He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. He was really no trouble at all. A model employee.
Hey, wait a minute! Just now you said something about him being in trouble! We've gotta find out what this trouble was exactly. So, first, let's show her my training badge just in case.
Would you mind taking a look at this? I'm sorry. That data is super admin, restricted desktop access, password protected. Super admin, restricted desktop access, password protected? What? This is madness!
No, Maya. That is Sparta. She won't tell us until we say the right code word.
A code word? Sesame! If it's not Sesame, then it must be her mother's maiden name. That's how it always is.
There's no point in having a password if it's always the same thing, Maya. I guess she just doesn't want to talk about this.
Maybe we should focus on asking about Glen Elk. What do you say?
Okay, so now she should have the option to talk about him, though. Yeah, what kind of troubles did he have that totally obviously wasn't gambling related? About Mr. Elk. Alright, see you later, Kara. Was he in some kind of trouble?
I'm sorry?
What's your mother's maiden name, street you grew up on, and first pet's name that will have you like this?
I'm sorry? Why would you think that?
I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Oh shit! Even Lisa Basil's got secrets. 3 Psyche locks?
I guess Mr. Elk is like every other man with his own pile of secrets.
Alright, I guess we gotta move away from here for now. Hi, Gummy. I blow you a kiss. Let's try the kitchen.
Huh? Mr. Armstrong's talking to someone. I'll be back next month.
Oh, yeah, natural matter. I will be waiting for you.
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready, I promise.
I love fire, you know. I love the way it crackles.
No, stop it, I beg you.
Then don't let me down. I'll be watching you.
No, this is not necessary. You can trust me, mademoiselle.
Talk to anyone, and I'll drive a knife right through your heart.
Oh, no, you do not have to worry. You know, You worry far too much. Maybe this will help you relax. It is the oil of sandalwood.
I do love raw meat from time to time. I'll be taking my leave. Goodbye. For now.
I have the shivers. I must rub some of my oil all over my lustrous body before I become the nervous wreck. There! Oh, yes, that feels so good. Oh la la! Excusez-moi, monsieur! My eyes! My eyes! Your eyes? If you have trouble with your eyes, you need this! The oil of sandalwood. Isn't this just the leftovers of what you were just using? Alright. You don't exactly have many customers, do you, Mr. Armstrong? No! You are right, monsieur. But perhaps that is the perfect time for you to visit me, no? That way I can give you my undivided attention and cook for you la dish supreme. Putting on a brave face, huh?
That's what girls do, Nick.
But you are right. Business is very difficult these days. Perhaps the name is the problem. People do not understand it. They think it is Trey. I just wanted people to think that my restaurant was exclusive. But they think you just serve fast food on cheap plastic trays?
Nick, that's the kind of thing that can make a girl cry.
Have you forgotten that Mr. Armstrong is a man, Maya? Maya, are you misgendering someone in my presence? But this restaurant is my life! It is everything to me! I will defend it to la finale! No one will take it from me! This guy has completely picked up on Phoenix being gay despite the fact that even Phoenix himself is oblivious to it. Also, hang on a sec, I just wanna look at this kitchen again because it is so gorgeous. I do enjoy me a nice pink kitchen with a lot of nice copper pots and pans. Maya, stop misgendering this man and let me continue shoving him into gender roles. I feel, yeah, you're extremely right, Tom. You said that those curtains are probably very much a fire hazard, especially directly over the stove over here. You're right, but at least my kitchen will look nice when it burns down. Alright, I still have to talk to you about some things. So, who's that woman you were just talking to? Oh la la! You saw that? Well, yes. Sorry.
So, who was she? She looks so polite and graceful.
Polite? Graceful?
And she likes raw meat and fires, right? Wow, talk about a dream girlfriend. I'll be back next month.
Oui, natural beta. I will be waiting for you.
If you haven't got it by then, I'm afraid it might get a little hot around here.
No, I will have everything ready. I promise. Now that I think about it, hey, Maya, I think it's pretty clear what kind of conversation they were having. The raw meat thing is so weird, but it makes her character that much more hilarious. Like, what is she, just like a pretend vampire who's like, oh my god, I'm drinking blood, but it's tomato juice.
You think so? Well then, let's show him that piece of evidence and see what happens.
I think they're talking about his debt thingy. Where's that piece of evidence? No, it's back here. Okay, yeah, he's in debt. Maya is so into her, it's funny. It's so, like, and Maya was also super into Regina, too. God, it was hilarious. Like, every time a woman pops up, Maya is, like, spare-handed marriage queen, and they're all just like, no, I'm straight, obviously. So long as that paper exists, I am but a delightful angel with broken wings.
An angel, huh? Doesn't bode well when you think about it.
They kept harassing me month after month. In the end, I had to give in. I agreed to help them.
Help them? With what?
Maybe, sir, if I did not owe them the money, I would have refused. Maya meets a girl and goes, well, humana. But my hands were tied. Please, what did you agree to help them with? I agree with you there. I sincerely wish she had more interaction with Francisca. They have so much in common, just on, like, opposite spectrums of their problems. It's... oh... That deserves a very, like, navel-gazy type of fic about it. It's like, oh my god, Nick, did you hear that? She likes raw meat and fires. And Phoenix is like, no, Maya, she's threatening him! No, I cannot say. If I tell you that woman, she will slice me up and eat me with la salad garnish. Ew, I hope he doesn't mean that he'll literally be sliced up and served with garnish. I'm going to guess that that woman has something to do with your loan contract. Am I right?
Please, Mr. Armstrong, tell us about that woman.
Oh, you wanna talk now? The woman who was here earlier, I take it that she's, why has it come to this? What a tragedy! Suddenly I find myself so deep in la debt. It is a sign of the bad world we live in, huh? No, I'd say it's more of a sign of la bad culinary skills. Please tell us about that woman! If she likes long walks on the beach and her favorite flowers. The woman who was here is a scary woman. She is from the loan office. I take it that she's, you know... well, see, I just flopped my wrist in real time, but I don't have a camera on, so you couldn't really see that. Whatever, joke canceled. Loan office? Is that where you borrowed $500,000 from? Oui! Tender lender, it is called.
Catchy name. Just hearing it makes me want to borrow some money.
Please! You must not borrow from them! If you must! No more than $10. $10? Sounds like your whole monthly stipend, Maya.
Hey! I get a bit more than that, thank you very much.
So, tender lender is the loan office you borrowed $500,000 from, huh?
I wonder if they've got anything to do with this case.
Gee, I wonder. I am a weak woman. When I am upset, I have to buy something nice to cheer me up. Thanks to him loaning me the money, I have to pay back $500,000 now. I am like his slave. I have to do everything that he tells me.
Who's this he?
La Tiger.
The tiger?
Oui, he is the manager of the tender lender. A terrifying man, la big city mobster. When he shouts at me, my knees are trembling and his voice is ringing in my ears for 3 days. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. The Tenderlander is making me lose it. Evil chicken. See, I always read it as tender being an adjective, like, I don't know, I guess that you can still apply that to meat, like tenderizing meat, but also just more like a tender, like soft-hearted, emotional sort of way. As soon as I hear the noise of that battered old scooter he rides, I start to cry. A big city mobster who rides a battered old scooter? Does this guy resemble me by any chance? Oh, no! This man has a presence, a most formidable personality. So, oui, he does have less spiky hair, just like you. Oui, there is a resemblance there, I suppose. Damn, dude just ripped Phoenix to shreds. To shreds, you say? Sounds like this loan office is worth checking out after all. If you want to visit the Tenderlander, it is just beyond Vitamin Square.
Hey, Nick. If you need money, I can loan you some. As long as it's less than $3.
Thanks for the offer. Just beyond Vitamin Square, huh? So, let's go over there. Oh, hey, Gumshoe. Well, I'm gonna head back to the precinct now. We got a big meeting starting in a bit.
About Maggie's case, you mean?
No, that's pretty much wrapped up now. There's another big case going down at the moment, so she's been pushed aside.
Okay, well, see you later then.
Bye! Hi! You better get going, detective, or you'll be late. Actually, I've kinda got a favor to ask. It's a big one. A favor? Yeah, it's for, Maggie, actually. I was kinda hoping you'd give this to her for me.
What is it?
It's a lunchbox. I got up early so I could make it. I've been real worried about her. She looked like she'd lost a lot of weight.
Detective Gumshoe?
No, give it to me. I'll eat your weenies, Gumshoe.
How many weenies are in here? There's not a person on Earth who could down this much meat.
I don't know. The challenge accepted, Maya. You think? I love weenies. I can't get enough of that tender juiciness. So will you give it to her? It took me ages to make, so please say you will, pal. I can't exactly say no, can I? Gumshoe's lunchbox, given to Maya to carry. A tenderly handmade lunchbox. Fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies.
Maybe I'll eat it myself if I get hungry.
Don't forget, okay? I'm counting on you to give it to Maggie. He's finally gone. The bot's up. I don't know. I guess Savari just said prostate. Okay, yeah, okay, thank you for the prostate. That sound like the prostate sound command really doesn't have a purpose. It's just a sound I thought was funny. Okay, where are we going? Okay, yeah, Tenderlander beyond Vitamin Square. Okay, yay, Mr. Kudo's not here. That's all we have to say.
Savari.
Tenderlander.
gives off a really strange vibe, doesn't it?
Looks like the tiger isn't in his lair. And that is, as they say, a very good thing.
Welcome.
Talk about a creepy voice. Makes your soul want to shrivel up and die.
You're here to discuss a loan?
No, not exactly.
The manager is away at the moment. Wait quietly, please. She's gone, just like that.
I guess we'll have to come back another time.
But this is the perfect opportunity, Nick. We can sort through all the evidence here and see if her phone number is in one of these books. This place reeks of suspicion. Come on, Nick, let's take a look around, okay?
Do you think you'd be okay?
Of course, no one will ever know. Coffee? Ah! I'll leave it here for you to enjoy. Quietly.
Yes, thank you.
Do not touch the desk, please. Nick! Let's get out of here!
And now she wants to get out of here.
Gay!
Let's see. This round doll thing is called Daruma, I think. I figured I'd read a book or two and be more cultured, in case you're wondering.
You mean you aren't making stuff up for a change?
I bet you also didn't know that no matter what, he'll always right himself. Go on, Nick. Give him a good shove.
Only if I feel like dying.
No, this yellow thing. This is a Japanese chess piece. I think it's a king? Not that I'm an expert or anything. I'm more of a reverse side person, you know.
Assuming she knows what she's talking about, these aren't exactly your typical mobster wannabe items. They're not trophies, are they? Ugh.
Hey! There's a piece of paper sticking out from under here.
What is it? A repair bill? Looks like he did some repair work on his car. Does he even have one? 15,000 to replace a bumper and a light? That's insane!
The car's registered to the Cadaverinis?
Huh? So it's not even the tiger's car. Why would someone else's repair bill be in the tiger's office? Laundry! Alright. The car repair bill for $15,000, paid by Tigre to the Cataverini family. Okay, ooh, let's look at this kick-ass Barbie CD player. There's a CD player on the desk. But the desk is so loud, it's a wonder you can hear it.
The lid's open. I wonder what kind of music the tiger is into. Have you finished the coffee?
Ah! Yes, thanks, it was lovely.
So, you drank it all? If you touch anything else that doesn't belong to you, there's always another cup.
That coffee was laced with something, I'm almost sure of it.
Nick, my stomach! It's killing me! Oh wait, maybe it's just the burger I ate for breakfast. And my chronic IBS.
I sure hope so. We better take a look at that CD while we're still alive and have the chance. What the?
What? It's not the Rocco soundtrack, is it? Claw of the Tiger?
It's a demo CD. The artist's name has been handwritten on the disc in pen. MC Bomber.
What?
This must be the CD Maggie told us about.
Let's listen to it. I bet it's heavy metal.
No way! That woman will make us drink more coffee if we do! MC Bomber. Found at Tender Lender. A sample disc with the name written in marker. Let's look at this fire hazard on the floor here.
Oh no! Someone's dropped the ashtray on the floor. That's gonna be a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, it's all over the rug and everything.
I accidentally knocked over a really big space heater once. Cleaning up is such a pain. It was one of those super antiques where you have to burn a ton of charcoal.
How did she manage to knock one of those over? Aren't they supposed to be super heavy?
Oh, hey! There's a book of matches here, too.
Matches, huh? Places don't give those out much nowadays. Hey, wait a second!
What is it?
Look what's printed on its cover. It says turnabout. Turnabout matches. Matches used for advertising. Found lying in Tender Lender. These matches could come in handy. We might be able to use them.
Yeah! The pilot light for the office boiler keeps going out.
Swing and a miss, Maya. Swing and a miss.
Yay! Arson!
Okay, let's look at this dope-ass coat.
Hey, look at this Parisian-style coat. It's so chic.
Looks more like a pimp coat to me. Phoenix, you can't just say that. Guess I haven't got an eye for fashion.
Hey, look at this. This suit is the same color as the one you wear, Nick.
The same color as my suit?
Ah!
Keep your voice down, Maya.
Nick, you've got to take a look at this. Some cake. I'll just leave it here for you. Yeah, sure, thanks. Just wait here quietly. Otherwise. Sure. Did you hear that, Nick? Wait quietly, she said.
Yeah, sure.
I have my eye on you. Only so I can take care of you. Understand? I'm scared, Nick!
So, what were you getting so excited about before?
Oh, look, on the lapel of the suit!
That's an attorney's badge!
Is the tiger a lawyer?
No, wait, look at this thing! It's made of paper! Paper badge! Found at Tender Lender. Made of cardboard and painted to look authentic.
For some reason, your badge suddenly looks really cheap to me, Nick.
Why doesn't anyone recognize an obviously fake badge when they see one? What? Oh my god, this motherfucker again. R. Come out from under the desk, Maya! What are you two snooping around in my office for? Nothing! We were just... Ugh, my precious carpet! You've got ash on my rug! You're gonna wish your ugly feet never came through my door! It wasn't us, it was already... You just wanna argue with me? Is that what you're doing? You think you can take me on? I'm gonna flatten you doing the pancakes and turn you into my new rugs.
Oh. Don Tigre, you're back.
Voice. It's like evil seeping into your head through your ears. Really hoping I'm matching that description with my attempts at her voice.
I'm sorry. Don Tigre. I knocked over that ashtray earlier, and... Has she got a death wish or what?
Oh, right! Uh-huh. Forget about it, Violetta. It's nothing. What? I ain't gonna get mad at you. You're too cute, you hear? That's so unfair.
Here. Have some cookies. I just baked them. And you'll need some strong espresso while you're discussing your loan.
Whoa! Phoenix, right? Yes? You was either crazy or just plain stupid to chase after me. I worked so hard, but now you's gotta come and mess up my plan. So what was him? He's my phony. But I don't care. No one gets in my way. What? I mean, excuse me? You should have left the little girl at home, right? I have a few things that I want to ask. No questions. This is the last time we meet. Wait, please.
That was pretty weak, Nick. You waited until he was out of earshot before you shouted after him.
Like you're one to talk. I didn't hear you scream, "Hold it!" either.
The espresso. And cookies.
This woman is definitely not good for my heart. Now, what was it that the tiger called her? Violetta? So, I'm kind of curious about your company. Tender Lender. I love, okay, thanks. The Maya squeaks are, actually, that's something I picked up from one of my best friends. Like whenever, like one of us drops something or just something goes kind of wrong, she has a habit of going like, eh! And so I picked it up from her, and it just felt right to give that to Maya in this case.
With the warm and friendly atmosphere you'd expect from a family-sized business. A conscientious rate of interest, and an attractive repayment policy.
Why do I get the feeling this sentence is not going to end well?
We will tenderly lend you that little bit extra here at Tender Lender. Hey, Nick, things are a bit tight for Writing Company at the moment, aren't they? I mean, there's that $500 you owe me from our card game, for starters. Why don't you take out a loan? Come on, Nick, make this girl happy and take out a loan from her.
Would I like to take out a loan from a place like this? Not so much.
Tender Lender is on your side.
So, let's say I'm late with my repayment. What happens then?
We'd give you more coffee. Strong coffee.
Right, I think I'd rather skip town.
Hey, just remember I can make strong coffee too, Nick. Strong tea as well.
So, do you know about the incident we're investigating?
What incident? Well, a man was poisoned in a restaurant just near here. That incident. Let me see. I was here that day with the manager.
The manager being the tiger?
The Furio Tigre. The Furio
Tigre? So that's where the tiger thing comes from.
Sin Eops got a real name! Nick, hurry up and find out more about him!
Okay, so I guess that means present his profile. Which I do have in here somewhere. Can I ask you about the tiger? I mean, Mr. Tigre?
Cookie? Sure? How do you like my cookies? I baked them myself. Go ahead, Nick. The honor is all yours.
No, ladies first, Maya. No matter how I look at this, I just don't get it. What are the tiger and this scary girl doing working together? I like how even compared to the tiger, she's still the scary girl. Like, she's scarier than he is.
We are lovers.
That's not exactly coming across in your tone of voice.
And I owe Don Tigre my life. He's the one who saved me.
The tiger saved you?
Please, address him properly as Don Tigre. Otherwise, I'll have to.
Oh, okay. Don Tigre. Of course, I'm sorry. He saved your life? I'd sure like to know how that happened.
I'm very frail, you see. Just recently, I died once. You died? About 4 months ago. The doctors said to abandon all hope.
I guess they were expecting her to take a boat ride across the River Styx.
But Don Tigre, he saved me. He gave up everything. Everything? When I found out what he had done for me, I was happy. No offense, but I'm finding that a little hard to believe. I decided I'd pay him back with my life by serving him coffee and espresso.
I still wonder about what's in her coffee. So, is that why you've got that bandage around your head?
This?
So what's the story with the bandage?
They put it on after the operation.
Operation?
It's just a little injury. A little fatal injury. A fatal injury?
Maya just suffered one herself by the sound of it. So that's the injury you were talking about before when you said you had died once?
Oh, come on.
Oh my god, stop!
She really creeps me out, Nick.
Same here. We've got to find out the truth. Okay, I guess let's move away from here until we have more evidence to crack that set of psyche locks. Oh no, stop! Okay, whatever, he's throwing seeds again. Okay, hi. God, okay, just give me whatever relevant information you have to give me so we can leave. I'm sorry about what happened in court. I'm not. Shut the fuck up. A filthy, depraved animal. Yep, that's about right. She put some white powder into the young lad's Javachino. Give it that extra kick. He was wearing an earpiece on the same side as his broken spectacles. Yep. So I made a little mistake about the vase. Okay, yeah, whatever.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
come from a long line of craftsmen. He was born an embroiderer.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection. Okay, whatever. He's angry. Let's suck it up. So whatever, just let him bitch for a minute. What's the point of feeding 60 pigeons? At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? Wait a minute, what did he just say? At home and at that restaurant? Hold up, by restaurant, are you talking about Trevian? Did you get asked to run an errand there, too? Yep, the very day that young rat was poisoned. There, finally some relevant information. So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. And all of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The servant girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. And the owner shouted over to me. Excusez-moi! You! Call the police! Call them yourself! I should have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? Ha! Do I look like I'd have one of those newfangled thingamajigs? I went out looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away, you know. I wandered around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened, yes, sirree, the owner was at Trevian on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Alright. Okay, have a good rest, Nikki. Thank you for coming by. Well, I would have if you'd given me the chance, but you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Yeah, whatever. It's not my fault, you're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
I think yes. What's important is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead, and Maggie was unconscious. Which leaves that woman alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant. Sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poop instead. I need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie, and from Mr. Armstrong. Okay. So let's go talk to Maggie first.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you?
Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
He's not the only one. Uh-huh? What do you mean? Oh, hey Octa, good to see you. Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway.
Is it possible she's the one misremembering things?
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yup, there are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today that it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup?
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only one that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it. Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
They never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication. That's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenn L., collapsed, right?
Yes, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop.
You're right, Maggie, it is pretty embarrassing that you used to be a cop.
When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Trebian?
No idea at all. Why?
Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No! You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
It's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke to him earlier.
I don't know. The things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD.
So, present his profile. Unfortunately, we need to give this guy more attention. Regrettably.
I feel much better after the trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. I just can't get enough of Law and Order.
God, I love that Stabler guy.
These are their stories indeed. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. Still, I feel a bit uneasy. Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Roger, I'll spill it all and see what you make of it.
Alright, spill them beans, Maggie. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite... What? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
A woman?
Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh.
Creepy?
Cackling?
Why do I get the feeling I've come across a woman like that recently? Alright, and now we do as we promised to Gumshoe and get her the box of weenies. Oh yeah, I've got something you're going to love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox, just for you. Here.
Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir.
Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright?
Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe. He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too.
I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway,
I hate weenies! Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. But...
Gay!
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
But... I guess so.
Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. In front of Maggie.
Well, how was it?
Right at the spot. I love weenies.
Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Gay!
Again! Alright, now let's...
Gay!
Let's go talk to the man himself. Alright. The main server just went up in smoke! Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already! Yeah. And there's a problem with the internet, too! I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online! I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No! Just when some young guy is about to confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend!
Oh, wow, this place is really buzzing.
Something must be going down. Something really big. Huh? Oh, what are you doing here, pal?
Detective Gumshoe!
Give
Prostate.
Thank you. Thank you for the prostate. You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Huh? We got problems here today. Wow, both at the same time.
Why? What's going on?
It's a virus! A virus! A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up.
Yes?
No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear?
Okay?
If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. Unfortunately, I can't advise you to borrow $50 from Chief Gant, seeing as he is in prison. We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Dandalenda is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling in all their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady? Twitch is on a thoughtless lockdown. Wait, hang on a minute. Let me see if it's like a censorship issue. Here. Automod held a message for reason. Misogyny! So I had to specifically permit the term thought shit. Okay, don't worry about it. You can say thought shit now. Alright. Anyway, back to this thought.
Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick?
Bunny, known lesbian and misogynist. Yep, well, turns out if you watch my stream, you're a misogynist by association. For any newcomers, the misogyny thing is purely a running joke and not anything serious whatsoever. We better find out what the story is with this lady. So let's say, hey, is this who you're talking about? Crap, I forgot my controls. That's the girl who works over at Tenderland. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
That should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? Her name's Viola Cadaverini. She's the only granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
I can't stop thinking about chicken tenders whenever they bring it up. Well, Bunny, do you need to go get some dinner? Never heard of him. Bruto Cadaverini's the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't even remember ever saying I was going to. The localization making Yakuza characters Italian is so much. Honestly, it just makes Waki Kataki that much funnier in AA4. Well, Waki Kataki and his mom especially. His mom who's like, I was going to order Popeye's chicken strips in an hour. Oh man, that sounds delicious. I'm jealous of you, Octa. I can't wait for Waki either. I already have like a voice in mind for him. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. Okay. I'm with the Cadaverines. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who! You're a cop, and you're scared? What's that about? Oh, Phoenix. You know nothing. Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop, these guys are scary. They got some serious clout on TikTok. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. And clout. Moolah? As in? They pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market. Which is also a physical location, as in the Professor Layton series. The black market, huh? And that includes Tenderlender, I take it? Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean no one. Interesting.
So, Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss, then?
Yeah, everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tenderlender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss at Tenderlender are pretty tight.
Tight?
That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue.
So, what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know. Remember, it's only the year, like, 2004 when this game came out, so everyone's like, oh my god, computer viruses! Witchcraft!
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal? And here I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable. Phoenix, how fucking stupid are you? What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure, I mean, only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Layton, I mean Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics to the two of you, and all of you watching at home. What's a virus? A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all of the case data you've got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Or Bugsy Buddy! I'm thinking about, anyone play that game Lose Lose? Like, it's just like a generic, like, sorta Galaga Space Invaders type arcade shooter. But every time you like, successfully shoot down an alien ship or whatever, it deletes a file on your computer! God, funniest shit I ever heard.
Whoa, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Just like a real virus, huh?
But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that?
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's.
What? That's horrible!
Oh, I get it. You do a little trolling, right, pal? It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Something I have definitely not done myself in recent memory.
Right! Then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong. Wink, wink.
Who? What? Where? When and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? Was the virus custom made? Oh my god, you guys, I think the virus was custom made. I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? Is it the At-Me virus? Oh my fucking god. What a prime opportunity for crossover that they have missed here. I feel like I've heard it somewhere before too. This concludes our TED Talk on early 2000s computer viruses. Okay, now I think I have to show him MC Bomber, because I'm almost certain that's the virus. Detective Gumshoe, about this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus right now, so, This is it! This stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick! What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD, that's the name of the virus! MC Bomber!
What?
Yeah, the virus that just infected every computer in the station, pal! It's MC Bomber! Can you give us any more details? Please?
Pretty please?
We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know, some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. They call themselves the Yatagarasu. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer and every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts! They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival!
All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus can be worth that much? MC Bomber, found at Tender Lender, contains a computer virus program. Oh my god, swordfish hacker needed. Where's Mr. Huge Jackman? Oh, thank you someone for name-dropping Swordfish when I couldn't. Swordfish, the worst movie I have ever seen that I have watched for a hot actor. I can't believe it! I almost forgot the most important thing! And that is... You know, the lunchbox! How did everything go? Lunchbox?
You remember the weenies?
A sci-fi movie? Can it be Demolition Man? Does Phoenix know how to use the 3 seashells? Well, he knows how to contact Shelly to kill her, but that still leaves 2 more shells we gotta find.
I hate weenies!
Oh yeah, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Yeah, that's what she said? Really?
Frosty.
Well, not exactly.
Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh!
Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this? This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
Weenies, again, Nick? Tell me we don't have to eat all these too.
Gumshoe's lunchbox given to Maya. Again. A tenderly handmade lunchbox. Fills the stomach with love and plenty of weenies.
I really can't eat anymore.
Okay, have we covered everything here? Cadaveries, computer viruses, and MC Bomber. Okay, yeah. So now let's see if we can go crack the robot lady. And Maggie's gone again, probably because she knew we were coming with weenies. Oh my god. Blue screen's in. Let's go. Hello, Lisa. Not being able to eat anymore? What did he do to those weenies? God, I don't know. I don't know what he did besides make them with love. Take that! Alright, Lisa. Spill those beans about the victim's troubles. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in?
I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service?
What's she talking about? I guess I'd better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Ms. Basil, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elg's troubles always have something to do with this? Where's the horse race tickets? Because that man has been losing a lot of money on the ponies.
What is that?
A bunch of horse racing tickets. All losing ones.
With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral.
Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell?
But what is the relevance of these tickets?
The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he?
I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time.
Yeah, but not everyone buys as many tickets.
Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own.
You're right. But I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? He also got a lottery ticket. Take that! The lottery, horse racing. He bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps?
No, oh. You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand?
Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any.
But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000?
Yeah, but
it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it?
It's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that.
Deep trouble? What do you mean?
Mr. Elk's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. It was... Mr. Tigre. Age 42. Jesus. Take that! Furio Tigre. The boss of a loan office called Tender Lender.
Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices.
Wait, yeah, how old is Viola? 25? Uh-oh. If I remember correctly, like, she's like, we are lovers, but in his mind, he's just trying to, like, he just wants to keep her happy so that her grandfather doesn't kill him. So he's, like, keeping her at arm's length, and she's just like, oh, haha, we're lovers. Like, you're one to talk. Well, what do you think?
Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money.
No, I mean about Mr. L.
You think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre?
Yes.
I'm sorry. I don't know of any connection between the two of them.
Really? Because I've got proof that Mr. Elg and the Tiger knew each other. His funny little jockey calendar. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt.
No! It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think.
$100,000? Ouch.
But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear.
Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then?
Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money.
His talents?
I suspect he was talking about programming, though he may have also been talking about oral sex.
What computer program is worth $100,000?
Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work.
I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? MC Bomber? God, where is it? Phoenix has never seen a spy movie or anything before. My god. All he knows is Steel Samurai. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber!
No! Oh.
Alright, now talk.
Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep.
You mean he was in debt?
Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work. Something a bit risky.
Risky? How?
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Trevian?
How do you come up with these ideas? Her own experience, perhaps? Something about her, I'm really into it. No, honestly, I am too. Like, this shade of blue, she went all in on it because it freaking works for her. And I mean, those, like, the flashing red buttons are just a really fun kind of cyberpunk type accent. Honestly, I dig it. So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh?
The MC Bomber virus? Yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course. But still, genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market.
Inconceivable! Gumshoe was right for a change!
This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts.
A computer virus made by Glenn Elg, potentially worth millions of dollars. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Glenn Elg's losing horse racing tickets thrown back onto the floor.
Use the trash can, Nick!
Alright, that's all we need from her. Goodbye, sexy. I'll take a picture of you for the road. Let's go break that other set of psyche locks on Ms. Viola. I think Gumshoe gave us all a way to crack that. You said that the bandage around your head was from an operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently.
Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Did you get hit by a car? Yeah. I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Alright, good night, Neil. Thanks for coming by. Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Your grandpa. I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you?
It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right?
I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have...
Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been Furio Tigre himself? It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't John Tigre. I refuse to believe it. We collided. The motorbike and my car. But John Tigre isn't injured at all. Is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I can feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Oh yeah, let me show her that busted-ass scooter. Oh my god, it's all the way back here. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Ms. Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they?
It's possible. Perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But John Tigre still saved my life. the operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. That's because Grandpa threatened his kneecaps and/or his life. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruno Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money?
$1 million. Four months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really?
Well, I guess if you recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
And they said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks? And my grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh?
It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? Condensation, huh? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said he had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruno Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. Oh, baby, don't cry. But I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruno Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse.
Heyo. Viola's medical papers. A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
Wow, I feel so bad for Viola.
That's inexcusable.
Huh?
There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of those tactics. Ooh, major foreshadowing there.
Is everything alright, Nick?
We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. But different methods of murder are fine. I mean, you cut a guy up with an axe? Yeah, fine, I'll defend you. You were probably justified. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Blunt force trauma? A-okay. You run someone over with a backhoe? Oh, absolutely fine. You're in good hands, my friend. Hey, bonjour! I've been waiting for you to return!
Mr. Armstrong!
Good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few questions. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to yous, fellas.
It's Sin Elf!
Who you calling Zinny Oop? Come out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You just want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now. Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. No, hang on a minute. I gotta give this line the gusto it deserves. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only a face. She thinks she's got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the $1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Mr. Armstrong, no! Oui. Mr. Armstrong? Forgive me. Désolé. I cannot argue with him. And then he slapped me silly. That really hurt. Is that all you've got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait! Don't take it too hard. Phoenix, right? I was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. But see, the poisoning aspect hit a personal nerve with him. And the poisoning and the betrayal aspects both hit a personal nerve with him, which is why he charged in like an idiot. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Hold it, pal! Gumshoe, my knight in smelly jacket armor. Detective Gumshoe! Detective! You think you're gonna stab me, Kappa? Beat it! Whoa! Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together! You guys, get out of here! Leave this guy to me! But, go, pal, and take this! If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? Alright, thanks, Gumshoe. Give him hell!
Wait, Nick! Don't leave me behind!
I'll get even with that guy tomorrow. In court. Tender Lender is going down! Down in the ground! Alright, and that'll be continued and completed on Wednesday, with Gumshoe valiantly marching to his death at the hands of Furio Tigre. Alright, that was fun. I'm really appreciating how hammy most of the characters are in this case. It makes it more enjoyable when having to deal with Victor, at least. Alright. But unfortunately, I have to stop here because otherwise my throat is gonna give out. So, I really appreciate all of you for coming to the stream tonight. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too. Now, I hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see you when we finish this case on Wednesday. Alright, good night, everyone.